In this video, we will cover the introduction to creating item requests. We will go over the necessity of creating accurate sheets, what materials are needed to submit an item request, and how to fill out the item sheet itself. Column A, Action. This field is used to indicate if we are adding a new item to Edison or if we are updating a pre-existing item. If we want to add a new item, we put the letter A for Add in the cell. For Update, we add in the letter U. In this example, we will be updating an item, so we will enter in U. Column B, Edison ID. In column B, we have the Edison item ID. This field is only required when updating an item. This field requires the 10-digit Edison ID. If you're adding rather than updating an item, leave this field blank. Since we will be updating our item, we will include the 10-digit Edison ID. Column C, Long Item Description. In column C, we will need to give a detailed description of what is being purchased. It is important to note that there is a preferred order and some general do nots when filling in the description. The item we will be updating is Tide detergent. I will be using the supplier's item webpage to assist myself in getting the details of this item. The first description you should enter should describe the product in its basic form. In our example, our first description should be detergent. The second description should be then laundry, describing what the detergent is for. Thirdly, we would want to describe the type of detergent. Is it liquid, powder, or tablet? We will be listing the powder for our example. At the end of our description, we may include the volume of the product, which is 144 ounces, and or the quantity included in the purchase of the item, 2 packs per box. Further descriptions can be included in order of importance, so our full description will be detergent, laundry, powder, with bleach, unscented, 144 ounces, 2 packs per box. It's good practice to separate descriptions with a comma, and only capitalize the first letter of each word. Avoid special characters other than periods, commas, underscore, colons, semicolons, // and backslash. Please keep in mind we do not want to include brand names in our description. Items should be as generalized as possible so that they can be used multiple times. Column D, Standard Unit of Measure. The standard unit of measure is the most basic form of measure that a product can be broken down into. In our example, we are purchasing laundry detergent in 144-ounce boxes, and in each of those boxes are 2 packs. So pack would be our standard unit of measure. Keep in mind that if you intend to issue the item out of stock by the box, you would not want your standard unit of measure to be pack, but instead by the box. In our example, we're going to be issuing it out by the pack, so we will put pack in the cell. Column E, Supplier ID. This field is not always required, but should be included if the supplier ID exists. In our example, we know who our supplier is, so we'll include their supplier ID as well. For reference, the supplier ID should be 10 digits long. Column G, Supplier Item ID. The supplier item ID is only required when the supplier ID is listed in column E. In our example, 33NT97 will be the supplier item ID. These IDs come directly from the supplier and can be generally found on their website. Our example item supplier ID can be found on the Grainger website. Most suppliers' websites will have this information readily available. If not, please contact the vendor directly for this information. Column I, Contract ID. The contract ID is used to add or update items to a contract. This is a 25-digit number for reference. If you do not need your items added or updated to a contract, please leave this field blank. Only the contract admin will be able to approve this change. Column K, Ordering Unit of Measure. The ordering unit of measure is the unit of measure we will be ordering our item as. In our example, we are ordering the item as a box, so we'll enter in box in the cell. Column L, ordering price. The ordering price is quite simply the price of the total purchase of one unit. In this case, it's $66.50 per box. So we will enter in $66.50 in this field. Do not include any currency symbols. Column M, ordering unit of measure conversion. The ordering unit of measure conversion is what we use to convert our standard unit of measure to our ordering unit of measure. In our example, our conversion will be 2. The reason being is that our default standard unit of measure is pack, and we are ordering a box with 2 packs in it. Thus, our conversion is 2. If the standard unit of measure is the same as the ordering unit of measure, for example, box to box, then the ordering conversion should always be 1. Column T, manufacturer name. The manufacturer name is as it sounds, the name of the manufacturer. Please note that the manufacturer is not necessarily the same as the supplier, though it sometimes is. An example would be to purchase a HP computer from HP directly, in which case they would be both the manufacturer and the supplier. Column V, manufacturer part number. The manufacturer part number is the number that the manufacturer uses to track their product. It is not necessarily synonymous with the supplier ID. Neither the manufacturer name nor the part number are required information, but it is recommended and helpful information. Column W, UNSPSC. The UNSPSC is a list of product codes that are used to describe items. Some codes are specific, and some you will find are more general use. The code we can use for our example would be 47131811. All we need to do is enter it into the cell. Column AP, checksum. This row should always have the number 1 in it. This indicates the end of the row when this request is uploaded into Edison. Reference sheets. Along the bottom of the screen are 2 reference sheet tabs. The Instructions field tab includes additional instructions over the spreadsheet. Please take a look at these for a more in-depth explanation. The UOM tab lists the units of measure that can be used on the item load spreadsheet. When filling out the item load spreadsheet, use the UOM, not the long or short descriptions. After this form has been completed, you will need to send this to the content group to have the item uploaded. Please keep in mind to be proactive when sending in these requests. For instance, provide any data that would be helpful to understand what the items are. This concludes our training on creating an item request. You may have noticed that this sheet has a few missing columns. This is because there are hidden columns in this spreadsheet. You don't need to worry about them, however, please do not remove these columns, as they may interfere with the way Edison will read your document. If you have any questions about this process, please contact the content group so that they can better assist you. Thank you.